What is up, guys? Welcome to another video. Welcome to Augustia's first official video. Yeah, so I'm a little bit new to the whole YouTube game, so I don't know if that intro is a little too excessive, but hey, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoy. And I love you. In this specific video today, we're gonna talk about the harmful effects of, you guessed it, gooning. I don't know about you guys, but I personally, I'm a big fan of gooning. I've been doing it for so long. It is fucked, actually. I want to end my life for how much I fucking goon. It is absolutely horrendous. And if you're watching this, you're probably in the same fucking boat, dude. It's a harmful thing. I'm trying to get out of that lifestyle because it's stopping me from doing certain things. But like, I always get triggered, dude. There's always something trying to fucking get my nut, dude. It's so bad.
If you're here, you're probably looking for the answers, an easy way out to get out of this horrible, disgusting habit. But it's a little bit more difficult than that. I'm in it too, and I'm happy to help you out. But first things first, I'm going to talk about a little story, and then the harmful effects of gooning, and then how we can push ourselves to a better life. You feel me, dog?
I feel you, dog! I'm ready!
So I started my gooning career when I was about 10 years old, which is extremely young. So, yeah, like roughly 8 years now. And it all started when I was just in the middle of my favorite movie back in the day, Marvel's Spider-Man Homecoming. And when I was finished, I went home and I went coming. Pause. I'll explain what I mean by that later. Also, I don't know about you guys, but Marvel's Loki shit now. Everything they're producing is absolute ass. I hope that Doomsday can clutch up. Spider-Man Homecoming, there was a scene with my boy Ned. If you don't know Ned, he's this, not being rude, but an overweight Asian guy. It's very funny, very good actor. There was one scene that had him hacking the mainframe and trying to help Spider-Man clutch up or some shit. I can't even remember what happened in the film, but he was in school and this teacher walked in, and you know, our boy Ned doesn't want to rat on my boy Spider-Man. So what does Ned do? Well, he turns himself in. He's a good omen. He's a man of trust. He says his most iconic line, "Hey, I'm watching porn. I'm gooning. I'm sorry." And that was the first time that I've ever heard porn ring in my ears. Never heard of it before. I watched this with my mom, my sister, and my best friend at the time. Very vulnerable crew. And everyone in the entire cinema, once Ned said, "Hey, I'm watching porn," laughed their fucking heads off. And my curious little ass needs to figure out every secret to the universe and was so jealous that I wasn't in on the joke. Like, what are you talking about? What's porn? You talking about corn? No, you're talking about prawn. What is porn, dude? What are you talking about? Bro! And so I lean over to my friend here on my right, and I go like, "Hey man, what is this? What am I missing out on, bro? What's going on here? Porn?" Then my friend whispers into my ear. Hey, this isn't the friend whispering into my ear. This is me explaining that I made a skit in this video of me and my friend just talking back and forth. I didn't realize how long it was going to take, so you can skip it if you want and continue with the rest of the video, but if not, enjoy. I'd also like to mention that it is the worst animation ever, so just brace yourself.
So you want to know what porn is, huh? About time you grew up and got some balls, son.
We're the same age. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question.
Well, let me just tell you this. Porn might be easily the #1 best thing ever freaking invented. What do I?
Really? Okay, sweet. Well, now I'm even more intrigued. Tell me more. Tell me more, my friend. What do I do to obtain more of this knowledge you're giving me here?
Well, let me just tell you something. Do you like girls?
Yeah?
Yeah, well, let me just tell you something. Girls, they might seem gross, right? But girls have vagina and a boobie. 2 boobies, in fact.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, true that.
Let me just tell you that when you go on these porn sites, you want to be quite careful because it is addictive, so don't get addictive.
Dude, I've got a heart of pure Mongolian gold. I never get addicted to shit.
Okay, well,
Just don't say I didn't warn you, cause these women are hot. These women are freaking hot and they're doing freaky shit. Yeah.
Why am I friends with you? What the fuck? Who talks like this, bro? What the hell? Okay, that might have been a bit dragged, but that was after my mate said that, after the film was done. That was the moment that I went home and I searched up P to the O to the R to the N. But little did I know, that was the day that fucking tragically changed the course of my life forever. Pretty much forever, yeah. This had me just completely scrapping the iPad as a gaming tool. Like no more Clash Royale, no more fucking Angry Birds, no more Plants vs Zombies. That's done. The only thing that I'm using this iPad for is to study the incredible physics of booty cheeks clapping. Don't even get me started on what it felt like to release my first nut. Like I thought I was gonna have a fucking heart attack and die, dude. That was insane. I was fucking hyperventilating, twigging out and tweaking, seizing on the ground and shit. The guilt I had felt like I killed someone, man. It was horrible. Yeah, well, no matter how guilty I really felt, I was putting in the hours. I was clocking in, jerking off left, right, and center. It was absolute mayhem for my pubescent little brain. Felt like I was calling for help, honestly. I don't know how my parents didn't even figure it out. They never gave me the sex talk, so it was kind of just like, you know, they gave me the vibe of like, go off, let's go, figure it out yourself, you dumb little boy. So naturally, I just abused that power. Porn every night, jerking off every night. And I thought I could get away with it, but then, you know, thinking back at it, I just had fucking tissue papers everywhere. It was disgusting. But again, they never questioned it. They never asked, so I'm just stuck here wondering if they know that I was a gooner. Like, why the fuck did you have to make it so difficult? But nah, I'm not gonna get angry at my parents for my gooning habits, bro. Like, okay, they should have most definitely have known during COVID, right? Because I don't know about you guys, I wasn't learning shit during remote learning. The only thing that I was trying to learn was trying to figure out who the father of Lana Rhoades' kid was. And honestly, I still don't know the answer to that. That is a mystery to this day. I feel bad for that kid, man. Okay, so you're probably wondering, like, yo, what are the actual harmful effects of porn? Like, it's so good. Oh, it makes me feel so good, man. Oh! What is the harmful effects? How can it be so bad? I get to see boobs and butt and piss and cum and shit and poo and fart and eyeballs and fucking everything. What is the problem? Well, I got a few things. Alright, you're talking to a girl, but you're not actually talking to her, you're just looking at her titties. That's a really bad one. They often can tell, bro. And chill, I'm not a pervert. That's just what gooners do. It's true. And I'm also not trying to justify real perverts as impulsive gooners like you and me. But what I am saying is that there are gooners out there that are trained to look at women differently. Called goonerized, but also I think the most common one with goonerized is just not even looking or engaging with a girl whatsoever. Yeah, so a girl is just trying to ask you help that shouldn't relate to anything sexual, but you just put in all your effort to completely avoid the situation and just stargaze to absolutely anything. Anything.
Hey Ben, can I please have your help on something?
Man, I'm kinda hungry.
Oh yeah, I'm hungry too.
Yeah, I could
Can
get
you
it.
look at me when you speak? Hello? Are you there?
What's that on the ground? Is
Why
that a
are you
freaking,
looking at the
is that an
ground?
ant and ant
Hello?
colony on
Can you help
Saturday?
me
That's
with
pretty cool.
something?
Oh, wow.
That's goonerized, that's one problem. What's the other problem? You probably have erectile dysfunction, dude. You're probably beating your shit supersonic fast, where you got a tight grip too. You gotta really handling that shit like it's heavy fucking luggage, and you're just going to town with the type of speed that can propel a fucking helicopter to fly, dude. I'm not trying to be a bearer of bad news, but statistically speaking, there's a 20% chance that young men aged 20 years or older, or younger, will experience and complain about erectile dysfunction. So, yo, please look after your pain, dude. Yeah, obviously I speak from experience. Like, I did it so much, it just became a floppy banana, but luckily I'm young, so I can get back to that standard. But once you're a bit older, you want to be more cautious about that. Unless you're popping, like, Viagra's here and there, you know, you're going to be safe, but, you know, it's not really natural, is it? So, yeah, for your own benefit, Get your damn hands out of your pants, you dirty little dog. Ow, ow. My stuff's fine, by the way. Anyway, on to the next section. Is this number 3 or 4? I don't know. You have no aura, and you have 0 bitches. This category might categorize in the category of goonerized, but I just want to say this. Usually, girls or boys can smell a wanker. They can smell a wanker from 50 miles away. And the only reason they can do that is because your aura literally drops down a huge significant amount. Now what is aura, you might ask? Aura, according to Google, is a distinct, intangible atmosphere, vibe, or energy field surrounding a person, place, or thing. In this case, it's a person. Energy field. You guys hear that? Energy field. In some spiritual way, you're not. Your goon, the one that you're releasing every single night, that is your energy source. That is what builds a man, and no black bill shit. That is the energy. And if you're releasing that all the time, no wonder why you have no aura. And, with a cherry on top, no bitches. Now, but besides aura, with the no bitches part, this is my story here. I watched so much porn that it completely destroyed my view on women. And it's horrible because it ruined so many relationships that I could have had, or the relationships that I did have with girls. Because all I was thinking about was sex. And I don't know, porn just made me so perverted. Like after being introduced to porn, like I've just non-stop have been horny, and I have had sex, and I'll be honest, I regret it because I had sex for the wrong reasons. You know, it wasn't out of love. I mean, I know not a lot of people, you know, do it for the first time in love, but I didn't. I was one of those people that didn't. I did it with someone that I didn't really want to do it with, just so I can experience what fucking is like. And I regret it, and I feel guilty, and I feel bad for the girl. Number 5! Your confidence will significantly drop to an all-time low, my friend. As well as negative thoughts will rise. This section's more about mental health. Now, obviously, everybody's different. Some people have the most positive thoughts ever after gooning, and some people are just naturally a charismatic individual. So I'm just going to talk about my personal experience, because I was never confident. I was never doing what I'm doing right now because I was schlimpeting my schlizzle dizzle. Now, I'm not going to blame gooning for my shyness, because I've always been a shy kid. Matter of fact, I'm rarely this confident talking to people that I am like on this camera talking to you guys right now. But I would say that gooning definitely hasn't helped my shyness. Definitely hasn't turned me into a confident person. It's just put me in a deeper hole that I've already been in. I think that all came down to the negative thoughts that I've been feeding myself without even realizing it. I was subconsciously, unknowingly giving myself negative thoughts. And that is what drains confidence. Usually when I bust out a nut, it's when the negative thoughts come through, because initially I think to myself, oh, that's such a great idea. I can't wait to like release my load. I can't believe I didn't even think of doing that 20 minutes ago. I'm such a genius. And then once that disgusting behavior is done, it's like, ew, I'm a freak of nature. You know what I mean? And that freak of nature can't be accepted to into society. So that's where the low confidence comes in. It's this lower self-belief that we have in ourselves that we just subconsciously give ourselves after we goon. It can happen in multiple ways, but I've experienced this in gooning, especially when after I goon, I trust myself that I'm never gonna do this ever again. And then the next day wraps around and I do it again. And it's just losing this self-trust in myself, giving myself these negative hatred thoughts, and that just wants to make the freaking confidence plummet down. There was another thing that destroyed my confidence, and that was comparing myself to unrealistic standards. Unrealistic standards like what you see on porn, like people with a big cock. Like, genuinely, for some reason, I feel like I'm in some la la land saying this shit, but I thought, you know, to gain respect, you have to have a fucking massive mammoth peen down there, bro. I'm not trying to say no sus ditty shit, I'm just literally saying, like, if you have a massive peen, bro, you're the alpha of the pack. There's my fucking alarm. But bro, that obviously doesn't fucking matter. I don't know why the fuck that bothered me for so long. I had this mindset that was just like bigger equals better. Bigger the better, dude. Bigger the better. But it was just so bad to have this like high standard for myself that I literally could not physically control. Like, I can't do anything about my shrimp downstairs. Like, it's not even that small. I don't even know why I'm complaining about it, but I just made it a bigger issue than it really was. You know, I thought to be a perfect respected man, you need to have a fucking rope hanging down there, or bounce on it like Tigger the Tiger. Not literally bounce on it, but you know how Tigger the Tiger has a tail and he just kind of just bounce around on it. Yeah, I thought I had to have a dick that big. But that's the thing, porn wired something in my brain, and I'm sure it might have wired some other people to believe that you need to be perfect. You need to have this sort of standard to be liked by this specific person. You know, when I think about it more, I don't think gooning is the biggest problem now. It's literally just porn. It's porn because it's training our brains to be self-conscious and think that like we're not good enough. And I'm starting to think that that's what all pornographic companies' one main objective is to do, is just make us feel insecure about ourselves as men or women and make us weak. I don't know, that's low-key kind of evil, but that's just a little hypothesis that I made up. Like, gooning is low-key natural compared to porn. Like, do you think people in the 1950s were yanking off to porn, bro? No, they were actually getting real puss, but we actually have access to anything we want to see. And we choose to, or gooners, me, and maybe you watching this, choose to watch most vile, disgusting shit online. Could you imagine, like, going back in time? You're in your little time machine and you bring your phone that has, what, Lily Phillips' fucking 10 black guys? You go back in time to, what, 1,000,000 years BC? Back in the caveman era? And you show a caveman what you just saw? I think they wouldn't know how to process it. They might just literally explode right in front of you. Not because you're showing them fucking high-tech cybernetic technology, but because gooning to porn is not even a cohesive thought for them. They can literally go off into an orgy and fuck whoever because their job is to repopulate the planet and survive from not getting eaten by tigers and sharks and dildos and all that sort of stuff. I don't know what my point was. I think I'm gonna change the subject now. Alright, enough yapping! Time to get into the real juice. How can us righteous young thug gooners get out of this disgusting, horrible habit and become the better man or woman that we want to be? We know that women are gooners. Come on now, we know this. Alright, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat this, boys and girls. No sugar, no honey, no ice and tea. It is not easy. There is no secret method, no secret little trick up my sleeve. It's just work. So yeah, if you've had a long history of intense gooning, the only thing that I suggest to you is be active. Activity is the gooner urge's killer. Yeah, this is a big one because most of the time it's not even that you really want to do it. It's just that you're so bored and you have nothing going on. Another thing, it's the environment that you're in. Being alone in your room for too long can cause the urge to pull up, and the urge is you wanting to, spill your seed and goon and shit. Being on your phone late at night, you're gonna spill your seed. Going on specific apps like TikTok and Instagram, always showing constant goonified content. That shit's gonna make you go to the P to the O to the R to the N HUB hub and just make you want to spill your seed. Now, obviously, because this is the first video that I've ever fucking made, this isn't sponsored by anyone. But I know that there's apps out there that will help you track your progress on the days that you haven't gooned, or it will motivate you to not goon, or it will even block explicit sites and goonified content for you. You can't always rely on willpower, and sometimes it takes a very hard action to get to the goal of not gooning. If you spend your whole day alone, just you, your phone, and in your room, it's gonna be way harder for you to avoid gooning. That's why I feel like being active is so important, and obviously that might be sounding obvious to people, but not a lot of people do that. Like, I reckon you gotta try a sport, you gotta go to the gym, you gotta learn how to fight, you gotta do something that you want to do that's active. Go fishing if you fucking want to. That sounds sick. So I reckon the main goal is to genuinely just replace gooning with something that takes as much energy. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, gooning takes energy. Your cum is your energy. In some spiritual way, like that is the truth. And if you're constantly gooning, no wonder why you're constantly tired, as we've already discussed earlier on. I feel like some people like to think that they can stop the urge from coming just by thinking their way out of it, but I would say that it's generally impossible. You can only stop it, and it's obvious to some people, you can only stop it by acting on it. If you're one of those people like, oh, El Gusio, I love gooning, I just love it, but I know I have to stop, I know I need to change, I know I need to do something for myself for the better. What I'm gonna say to you, my friend, is just delay it. Okay, so let me just tell you this. When you get that feeling, that special little feeling that you will come across once again, where your brain gets all restless and your hands want to jitter something, and that something is saying, hey, I need a stroke, I need a stroke. Talking about your pee-pee. Your pee-pee's getting hungry. You just have to say, nah, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit, bro. Fuck all that, man. I ain't on that. Say, fuck that shit. 10 minutes. 10 minutes is all you need. Hey, urge. I'm gonna be back in 10 minutes. Don't worry, I'm just gonna splash some water on my face, and don't worry, I'll yank my shit in 10 minutes. Usually, after 10 minutes is gone and you're already doing something active, that urge will disappear. And if it doesn't, you can pat yourself on the back and say, hey, at least I waited 10 minutes. Now I can just sit back, relax, and take a fat wank. That's you, bro. You did good. But yeah, essentially this exercise is just to just tell the urge that, hey, you're not that important. So it's good. Another thing that I gotta say is just be honest and be kind to yourself, young blood. I love you, dude. Most people, after they finish the dirty deed, they go, fuck, what is wrong with me? I'm a disgusting human. I hate myself. Whatever, all this hatred words going through their minds, because what they originally thought was great pleasure and it was a good idea to yank one out, bust a nut, it turns into guilt. And once you say those horrible things, that's actually the loop that gets you back doing it. So if you start looking at finishing it as something as progress and identifying what triggers you sexually to do those actions, you would advance your way out of that. Also, just give yourself compliments, bro. Just say, hey, it's all good, bro. Yeah, I did this, I did that, it's fine. Also, you're a pretty cool dude, you know what I mean? You're an awesome person. And like, you're probably in the stage where you're trying to quit, but then you keep on falling into the habit of gooning. And I'll just be honest, that's 100% natural. That's relapsing, and that will happen. So just go easy on yourself when it does happen, and take it as something light. Because relapsing isn't losing. It's actually, you should think of it like relapsing is like a gateway to greatness. And another thing to remember is that you're not alone. There's other people going through the exact same thing as you, my friend. And my one last final piece of advice would be to genuinely find something that excites you. Find your passion. Find what makes you so excited and that fills you with love. Usually people, when they masturbate and goon or whatever you want to call it, they're chasing a feeling that isn't there. They're chasing comfort, they're chasing reassurance, they're chasing love. But that love doesn't exist. It just gives you negativity at the end of it, as we already know. So I need you to look deep into your heart and go for that job interview. Go for that, take a risk, make that video, make that painting, write that song, write that movie, play in that team. If you like sport, go after it. If you like art, go after it. If you like music, go after it. If you love talking to people and adventuring, go after it, dude. You have a whole world and a whole life right in front of you. Don't waste that. You have to find love within to find love out there. Hold on to yourself, respect yourself, clean your mind, clean your body and soul. And I say that because really the only thing promised is death. It's scary, I know, but you can either see this fact as something horrifying and something to run away from, or run towards the fear and build something great. Take me for example. I'm fresh out of the oven making a YouTube video. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna go in blindly and just go for it. And I reckon you should too. One life, please don't waste it on a nut. Alright, that's the end of the fucking video. Appreciate you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, like, subscribe, like, subscribe, like, subscribe, like, subscribe, like, subscribe. Later, we go.